the show. You're still watching Arise 360. I'm Kachi Ofiowafar from being over. Joining me on Arise right now, Osas Ighodaro. Osas, is that how you say it? You give it like a little bit of an intonation there. So say
Osas.
Exactly. So, well, it's a lot louder when you're on stage, though. How are you, Osas?
I'm good. Yeah? How are you, darling?
I'm fantastic. It's so lovely to have you on. So let's
Thank
talk.
you.
There's been a lot going on with you lately.
Really?
Yes. I mean, you can't act surprised though. You know this.
I think everything is cool.
Everything is cool, and it's important to think that because it keeps you in a mellow state. But then for us who watch, there's a lot that's been happening.
Really?
So let's talk about that transition first of all.
Okay.
You've always been in a blend of Hollywood and Nollywood. It's always been a blend for your career.
Sure.
But
yeah.
I feel like lately there's been a lot more of an intentional effort to just retain the international side to the brand. So let's begin with that conversation.
You are watching. See, that's the word for myself. I give myself a word every year, and through my New Year's resolution, the word this year is intentional.
Intentional.
I'm loving what the Afrobeats artists are doing. Musicians are doing and representing Nigeria and Africa internationally. I feel that, where are the actors in that? I want to be able to be part of that international talk, that bridge, to be able to do both Nollywood, Hollywood, even Bollywood, So I'm being a little bit more intentional in regards to making sure that there's representation at different events, different international events. And if I get an invite, I used to get invites, but I would never go. But now, we're doing things.
You're doing it
intentional this year.
How would you describe the perception of our industry on the international scene?
I think before, not even on the international scene. Like, for instance, I went to the movie theater a few days ago.
In Nigeria?
In Nigeria. Yeah. And, oh no, I don't watch Nollywood films. In Nigeria.
A lot of that.
Yes, and I hate that.
There's a lot of that.
So we have to be able to represent and be proud of ourselves at home. Along with worldwide, because this is a worldwide stage at this point. People are, like when I first moved to Nigeria, which was about 12 years ago, my family back in the States and friends back in the States would say, what are you doing? How come I can't see any of your stuff or any of the work that you put out there? But the story is different now. They're seeing our things. They're seeing our projects and our art and our work, and they're appreciating it. And I think that that's absolutely amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm super excited. One, because we had this conversation like a couple of, when was Cannes? Cannes was like at the beginning of May, I think.
Last
No,
year.
Cannes this year. That was the Cannes Film Festival was in May.
Did you go?
Yeah, like that's the standard. Honey, it was lit. You should have been there. Like your whole
I've
team.
never been.
No.
But next year, by God's grace.
You gotta be on that carpet, Osas. You need to give them.
What?
You have to be there. That lady that was annoying everybody for, just give her small shoulder.
Like, madam, do you know
who I am? Girl! I don't know, like that didn't really. I was just like, you know what? Let's just let it go. But like one big conversation that was really had was around our cinemas, because you just brought that up.
Yeah.
People going to the Nigerian theaters and saying, no, they don't want to watch Nigerian films, and then people also getting to watch the movies that we do.
Yeah.
Would you believe that it's very rare, or it's almost impossible, to find a Nigerian film on an international platform, cinema-wise? Cinema-wise. So that's another thing. Realistically, the only place you can really get Nigerian movies are the streamers right now. So do you think that's somewhere we need to invest more in digital spaces for our stories? Because if it's that hard to get into the theaters and everyone has access to digital, why not just put more of an effort into getting the films into digital spaces?
I think that's important. I mean, that's where the eyeballs are. That's where we're able to showcase ourselves digitally. That's where the new world is moving into. Unfortunately, not everybody is going to the theater anymore. Everyone is on their phones. Everyone is at home watching it through different platforms, and it's at the click of a button. So let's put our energy in that, and let's put ourselves out there that way.
Now, speaking about putting ourselves out there, you have been putting yourself out there as a free spirit, I would say. I think I told you this at Essence last year at the Hollywood house.
Yes.
Like, just living your best life.
Yeah.
Talk to me about coming to this place where You're just living.
I think, I know that that transition for me happened because I used to be in my head a lot. I used to worry about what people thought about me a lot. But now, when I went through the experience of losing my mom in 2020, I realized how much she gave to so many people and she didn't take care of herself. I said, wait a minute. I'm not going to end up like that. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to be the best that I can be, and I want to represent her legacy to the best of my ability, And it's being free and living life and being happy and enjoying every moment. Whether it's good or bad, you either learn from it or you enjoy it.
Yeah.
And that's how I live my life. I know a lot of people come up to me and say, oh, I love your dancing.
Oh, yeah, you do that.
And that's part of the freedom for me. I love to do that, but before I would be so self-conscious. Like, no, I'm a theater-trained actor. That's number one.
Yeah.
I don't want people to be thinking, but who cares at this point?
Yeah.
I am a thespian, but I'm also someone who loves life, who loves to travel, who loves going and enjoying herself and pampering herself and dancing. And I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
That makes you strong, exactly. Which is including having a whole show called Spa with Osas.
That's right.
Tell me about that. So what is it like? Okay, you know what? Let me just let you do it. I'm trying to imagine.
No, please ask.
Okay, so let me guess. It's gonna be like, you going to different spas globally, or you just it's gonna be like a self-love, ways of loving yourself. Because when I think spa, I think rejuvenation.
Yeah.
So ways I rejuvenate myself. That's what I'm thinking. But you tell me, what's it gonna be?
You're right there, babe.
Okay.
You're right up in there. You're right up in there. So I had the opportunity to speak to one of the YouTube executives a few months ago. And she came up to me and she's like, Tutu, she came up to me and she's like, Osas, content. Do you know content is king? Content is king and it is key. Your content on YouTube, it's other people are putting content about you. Even the content that you put on other platforms, they're bringing it to YouTube. Why don't you produce something? And at the time she was speaking to me, I was really watering my producer hat. And so I looked at this as an opportunity to put a show together that I am passionate about. Of course, there's my acting. I love traveling. I love God. I love my daughter,
That's amazing.
What am I passionate about? Because when you go on YouTube, you see a lot of, skits and films. But you don't really see what I'm doing, which is about self-care and self-love and self-awareness.
So I was right.
Yes.
I was right.
Yes.
So
that's even part of our tag, Our mission is to showcase this show, showcasing love for self-awareness, and self-care, taking care of yourself. We go through a lot. It's so important. Why don't we talk more about it?
You know what? I know for a fact that I would love to see how you get it done. Because I would always say, follow who no road. You understand? No go follow person we no sabi.
Yeah.
So if you see someone and you feel like, this person really has something, like the whole the whole freedom thing, I think it's important that people follow that. Absolutely. My director is yelling behind me, and I just feel like we gotta run. So Osas, congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
You just said you're still filming.
Oh, it's ongoing.
It's ongoing. So we don't have a release date yet.
No, the release date is today.
Oh, it's out today?
It's coming out 7 p.m. West African time today.
So you're done then?
No, I'm not done. It is an evolving show.
So it's a thing like you're gonna keep filming and releasing. Yes. So it's out. Well, we're all gonna be watching. Congratulations to you.
Thank you. It's going to be on my YouTube channel, Official Osas. Please go on YouTube, subscribe, and enjoy the show. It's really about self-love, self-care, self-awareness, celebrities, artists, musicians, athletes.
Listen, oh my God, we gotta go. Osas, guys, we're wrapping things up now. Thank you so much for watching Arise 360. Osas, it was so beautiful to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for watching. Bye.